Anger and anxiety are forms of fear, as well as coping mechanisms that we use when somewhere inside we feel that our safety is being put at risk. We go into fight, flight, or freeze mode. The situation can be real, like in the case of a car that is skidding off the road and heading in our direction, or it can be imaginary, produced by our head, like for example the story we have about being made redundant because our supervisor mentioned that in the days to come she would like to see us, when in reality her intention is to ask us if we are willing to take on a new post with a higher salary and more responsibility and, sure enough, more work. So how do we respond when we feel either feelings? Usually by holding on to certain routines that we're familiar with, like bursting out and pouring our anger onto someone else. This gives us a false sense of control, though. In reality, deep down, there is the fear that we are not at all able to manage the situation, and that makes us feel very, very scared and open to attack and very uncomfortable. It gets us out of the so-called comfort zone. Now, for example, when we start blaming our partner in life, or for that matter, a business partner or a work partner, for a situation that didn't work out as we would have hoped, we aren't taking responsibility for our feelings or for what is going on in our heads. We're just acting out. We're starting the blame game. Taking full responsibility would imply, instead, showing ourselves exposed and unprotected, saying that perhaps we did make a mistake. Now, our egoic self, or our mind if you prefer, is often not prepared to go down that path, as it wants to defend its own identity and that basically the image it has of its own self. So what can we do with this anxious or angry energy to convert it to gold, to something that plays to our advantage? Well, what many of us counselors and psychologists would suggest is that you go right into it. Feel all those uncomfortable feelings, or feeling if it is just one, and let them just go through you. Feel your body getting tight, your stomach churning, your cardiovascular and muscular systems getting ready for a fight. And if you have managed to come up to this point without acting it out to get that sense of rapid relief, you may have created enough space in yourself to ask, what is this anger actually telling me? And perhaps more importantly, what dialogue am I entertaining with myself that causes me to feel this bout of anger and or anxiety? If you're able to write it out, you will notice that this anger is showing you that some of your basic human needs are not met. Perhaps the ones for being seen or heard or for respect. And this is really where the juicy stuff is. How can you actually meet your needs without falling into the trap of blaming others, or yourself for that matter? Can you think of ways to use this transmuted anger to identify from now on what basic human needs of yours you are trying to meet? Remember that the world is not out there to please us. Rather, it's up to us to fulfill those needs that we are experiencing. This is Soul Seeds. Change your beliefs, change your life. If you would like free counseling sessions based on what you just heard, have a look for more information in the channel's description, and there you will be able to see how to go about it. Thanks so much for listening, and meet next time. Bye.